Hey guys, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. As always, I'm DemonFire93, and last time we finished off the investigation, and today, it looks like it's time. I guess the investigation is over. Time for the class trial. So it's finally starting, the class trial where our hopes and the killer's hope will finally clash. But it's alright, either way, hope will win in the end. Clapping!
Alright!
Now then, let's go prove it. Why is he so excited about? There's no reason to respond to a guy like that. Anyway, we should start heading over. At the trial field where Monokuma is waiting, I have to make my case there.
There is no escape.
We have no choice but to press forward. Now then, let us go. As we talked among ourselves, we left the beach house and Mahiru's body. Okay. It's this way, right? There it is. Hold on. How many more steps is it for my pet? 46. Aw, man. What if I just did that real quick? There it is. I've got Usami. Well, damn. I was not expecting an Usami. But I got one. So, that's difficult. We'll have to work on getting Monokuma next time. We have to go like 2,000 steps for her to leave. And give us a prize, which is like 200 coins, I think, a skill, and a bunch of items. God, I hate Hiyoko.
No, let me go, help me! He's gonna do something crazy to me, I'll be ruined.
Why you?
Hey, shut up and stay put, you stubborn little Lolita! Stop it! Hey, stop harassing little girls!
This is... What's going on?
Jeez. Hiyoko was trying to run away, so Monokuma brought her here by force. But Hyoko's still trying to run away, so Monokuma's trying to wrap her in a full Nelson.
Damn it! Hey, if you don't stay put, I'm gonna make you a part of this island's food chain!
Please do, Monokuma. Just kill her right now.
Unbelievable.
Save me the trouble.
Jeez, making me waste my sweet-ass time. But there's another problem to deal with besides this one. Where the heck is Fuyuhiko? That guy, he totally ditched my appointment. He pisses me off.
What the fuck?
His anchor changed his form. I'm right here, you bastards. Huh?
Oh, Fuyuhiko, you came. I was worried about you.
There's nowhere for me to run anyway, so no matter the ending, I have to accept it, right? But still, bastard! I'm a Yakuza! Accepting defeat is not an option!
Fuyuhiko, what does that mean?
Well, it's all good. If the trial heats up, it's all good.
Anyway,
Looks like everyone's here, so let us depart now.
Why do you have abs and a bunch of muscles?
see ya later!
I'll go first and be one step ahead of you guys.
This is bad.
Crap! I'm not mentally prepared yet.
Like,
Do you even have to prepare?
Show some spirit! If you don't have enough power, harness your latent energy. Come on, bring out that energy!
This, too, must be the will of causality.
So it begins, the beginning of the end. Now then, let's keep our spirits high so we can one day find that shining hope by clapping my hands. That's right. I can only clap along. Moving forward is the only option. Into Monokuma Rock then.
you're so evil!
No matter how many times I see it, it's such a bad taste. The worst, the lowest, most brittle taste.
Somehow I moved my muscles, stiff from fear and nerves, and awkwardly walked onto the escalator. For some reason, my breathing was short, and I was eventually struck by a feeling similar to dizziness. The moment all of us were inside Monokuma Rock. elevator started descending. A rumbling sound filled the room and the surrounding space began to fall. As it shook with a clatter, the elevator we were inside continued to drop. Throughout that drop, I was fluctuating between feeling hope and despair, as if my heart was a rotten fruit swelling in the sun before it finally goes squish. I suddenly stopped breathing. Hajime, you're not supposed to stop breathing. Breathe, Hajime! My consciousness began to fade from the pressure. Yeah, because I need to inhale. Breathe! I tried to endure that pressure by firmly standing on my legs. No, don't lock your legs. That's how you pass out, you idiot. And after a while, the elevator's vibrations gradually weakened, and then I found myself falling flat on my face on the floor. And then it stopped altogether. My consciousness faded out, and I embraced the sweet darkness of death. Aim! Defeat the boring routine!
So,
I've decided to start redecorating. How's it look? Mr. Monokuma's redecoration is awesome, isn't it?
impossible!
It's not like I'd allow you to think otherwise anyway.
That is...
To go to the trouble of doing something like this, something this elaborate, really, what is your true intention?
No!
Nothing really. Essentially, this killing game is just to kill time anyway.
Kill time?
To break away from my purpose. That alone is my purpose.
Like...
A purpose is only gonna be a weakness. Those who have purpose are always the weakest ones in the bunch. That's why you guys should forget about such cheap-ass purpose like trying to survive. And enjoy the class trial from the bottom of your hearts.
It's starting. The class trial is starting. Mahiro Koizumi, the ultimate photographer. She had an unyielding force of personality, but she was actually very good at taking care of people. Most importantly, she was always straightforward. The person that killed her was Teru. Is among us? I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. Okay, now you're really actually starting to sound like Teru. But regardless, we need to find the answer. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. I'm walking on air. Because it's the only way. Why does Peko look like Toko from the first one right now? Aside from finding out who the killer is, there is no other way for us to survive. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yes, I'll save. Alright, let's set our skills. Yeah, 36 points, huh? So that one's already... We'll put that one in. We'll put that one in. We'll put that one in. Everything that we've got. Alright. Finished preparations. Ready to begin the trial. Start!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
If we must.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Right.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
How do they do that?
Whoa! No matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cool rule.
And it'll never happen because we're all going just to win each trial.
Now then, let's first discuss the motive. That masterpiece of gaming, Twilight Syndrome Murder Case.
I, for one, think it was a piece of trash.
What? Who cares about that game?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not we find Mahiru's killer.
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it. After all, that game is the motive this time.
Sure.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows that it's based on an actual murder case.
Wait, you guys actually played that game? Oh my god, how dare you? You guys weren't supposed to play it. Nobody was supposed to play it. Who played that game?
Some of us have not beaten that game. Give us a detailed explanation.
Pecco, some of us actually decided to listen when we said we were not going to play it. That none of us were going to play it.
It means Twilight Syndrome Murder Case is a non-fiction game.
Based on our lives during our school time at Hope's Peak Academy.
Additionally, some of us are characters in that game too.
I, for one, actually, I don't think I'm in that game. Damn! Why am I not in that game, Monokuma? Do you not have a place for a lowly peon like me?
Some of us are characters in a video game?
No, not at all, Nekomaro.
So, I think it's better if we clarify who the characters in the game are first.
Oh god. The characters in the game were Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, Girl D, Boy F. And the high school girl who got killed at the beginning would be called Girl F2. By using the staff roll, after clearing the game as a reference, I should be able to find out who's who. The first character the player was able to control was Girl A. The true identity of Girl A was probably, oh fuck, Mikan?
I see!
Girl A is probably Mikan Tsumiki.
Sure. Yeah, but don't worry, you were fine in the game.
That timid tone. That definitely sounds like Girl A.
That's definitely a Girl A type personality.
Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be Girl A.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy.
Well, you're about to find it even worse when you find out that I'm putting it on YouTube.
A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights.
And that would be make you Girl B.
A nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too. Huh?
She's right. The one who said that one was the girl. Oh God, the high school girl who died first. I wish.
I see!
But Girl B.
Girl B was short and foul-mouthed. She's probably Hiyoko.
Take that back!
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me.
Yeah, I'm looking down on you right now, you little shit.
Anyway, let's move on. Next is Girl C.
Girl C, huh? Her personality is hyper, energetic, and unique. That would be Ibuki.
I see!
Monokuma.
Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl, see? Then I'll see you next Tuesday.
Hey now. You guys, some people might know there are certain see you next Tuesday type people. It's a very special way of putting a little word out there that is real. It's a real bad word that people don't like, well, in America anyways, that people don't like to use. Other countries are fine with using it. But, C, and then the letter U, and then take the first two letters of next and Tuesday, and there you go. What do you got? But,
Let's move
come
on to
on,
Girl
Ibuki,
D.
don't be like talking like that. Girl D was Mikan, or not Mikan, Mahiru.
I see!
Girl D is Mahi, the victim in this case.
But not in that game's case.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F.
He's Guy F. Sato. Or Fuyuhiko.
I see!
Aren't you Guy F, Fuyuhiko?
How the fuck should I know? I didn't play that game.
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid. That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu? Another person? It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyoda, Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
Thank you, Nagito, for pointing out the obvious.
Hold on. Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryus?
Because there were. It's his sister.
It's not like I'm wrong. That's how it's written on the staff roll. Since you beat the game, you probably know what this actually means, right?
The reason Fuyuhiko's last name Kuzuryu appears twice, it's true that I have a hunch, but to call me out like that, Nagito, you're definitely someone I shouldn't mess with. The reason Fuyuhiko's last name Kuzuryu appears twice is probably because he had a little sister.
I can prove it with this. In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
And while we've talked to Fuyuhiko before, he also mentioned that he has a little sister.
What do you mean, little sister?
Okay, Akane, little sister is someone who is a sibling of yours that was born after you were. So she is younger than you, and she is your sister. So little sister is your younger sister, a sister of yours who was born after you were. Okay? Did you get that?
This is what Guy F said in the game.
That bitch! Oh, I didn't get to read
It's
that.
pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F had a little sister.
Okay.
Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
Yeah, she was the victim.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You probably noticed, right?
She was the initial victim. I don't really want to say it myself, but I need to move the conversation forward. Damn it, Nagito. High school student who died at the beginning. The only character in the game I could... yeah.
I see!
The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
That bitch Girl E, was it? That bitch, what the hell did you do to my little sister?
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister.
Right.
So if the only person left is the dead high school girl, then she must be Fuyuhiko's sister.
Right.
Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you've got there.
We're figuring it out, Fuyuhiko. It's all you.
Winning personality? Are you praising me?
You see these hands? They're only good for one thing. Clapping!
I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Well, then let me give you a slow clap for your sarcasm.
Hey, you said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
That's right, she's dead.
Yeah, I have a little sister.
You had a little sister. She's no more.
Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality. It's not just a game. It's definitely based on true events.
But then why did Girl... Oh, no, wait. Was Girl E the one that... Yeah, Girl E was the one that died, and Girl E is the one that we haven't identified. It's Sato, or whatever. But, that would be why that girl doesn't appear here. Interestingly enough.
That's why it's the motive. Don't go making shit up, bastard! If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago.
Funny.
I mean, when I first entered Hope's Peak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual and sent me off. It happened just the other day.
Oh, you think that happened just the other day? No. You've lost 500 years of your school life.
About that. You're probably thinking like that because you've lost your memories.
Of course.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet!
He will not.
I see. So you're never gonna accept that that game is based on true events, huh? Okay, I understand your attitude toward this class trial now.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
Obviously.
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone.
What? Then who would it be? I mean, I guess some... No, Fuyuhiko's the first one who beat the game. So, you couldn't say that it was somebody else who beat the game first and then tried to make it look like it was Fuyuhiko. So I don't know what you're getting at, Nagito.
That's why. I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
Well, I think you're gonna be disappointed because I don't see any way for it not to be Fuyuhiko.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
Anyway, Now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko.
Girl F is Fuyuhiko's little sister, but we haven't identified who Girl E is.
And the first victim in the game, that dead high school girl, is Fuyuhiko's little sister.
But what about Girl E?
That's just a story in a fucking game.
Everybody keeps overlooking Girl E.
So, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Which is who?
Could it be the same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
What?
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
No?
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
What? This is where me not knowing Japanese, everything, it throws me off, because, like, Tanaka and Sato are plain names? Are there a lot of Tanakas in Japan? Like, how in America we've got, like, Smith? What the heck is that wild connection?
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
Sure. And he also has a strange rivalry going on.
Hey, no one cares about that. Hurry up and talk about the mystery of the game.
Yeah!
Huh? What do you mean, mystery of the game?
There's no mystery. We figured it out.
My, you don't know. I heard that Girl E got killed.
Yes, she did.
What? No way! Is that true?
And it was Guy F that killed her.
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
My, such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
Why does she seem like she is part of this? Like, she tries to play on our side, but then, like, when she reads a line like that, like,
Oh my, such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
it's like, what the fuck? Are you on Monokuma's side?
You guys are definitely friends.
Right?
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
Yes.
Then let's hurry up and solve it. Let's first figure out why Girl E was killed.
Because she killed the girl who... The reason Girl E was killed, I should be able to assume why based on the content of the game. Because Girl E was the killer.
I see.
The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
Yep, strangled her to death.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl.
Which means that the person who had the motive to do that would be the victim's brother, which would be Fuyuhiko, Guy F.
What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister. You're fucking persistent. I don't care what that game said at all. But
what?
Is that true? Girl E, she killed the first victim?
No, the first victim just killed herself. Yes,
In
it's
order
her.
to make that clear,
Oh, God.
we need to know more about the case involving the first victim's murder.
Okay.
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance.
Okay, let's get this going then, Chiaki.
Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the stage of the first case.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans.
Yep.
Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point of view, so mapping as you play is a basic.
We get it! Let's talk about that later so we can focus on the case.
Nerd! In other words.
Then, I'll start explaining. Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking.
Right, that was the base.
Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor and headed to where they heard that sound. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there.
Yes, when it really didn't. And she's the one who confirmed it, and they just all believed her.
But the door to the music room was locked.
Because she had locked her from the inside and then climbed out the window and was scooted over to the room next to her.
So Girl
No,
D
next to the
went to
music
get
room.
the key from the office. And when the five of them were finally able to go inside, they found the victim's body dead from a blow to the head. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there. The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall seemed to confirm that. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert. How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who excels at clearing games.
Here we go, Chucky. Here's another round of applause from Nagito.
But it wasn't a pervert,
Or rather,
right?
slow clap.
Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Correct.
Obviously. Girl E was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Which means Girl E was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
Nope.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
I guess.
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girl E broke the window and escaped, and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
Nope, she would have had to pass them in the hall. They already mentioned that in the game.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
She broke the window, climbed over to the...
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We haven't reached an answer yet.
Based on the details of the game, it's no mistake that Girl E, who is waiting in the hallway, is the killer. Then what did Girl E do after killing the girl inside the music room? I guess I need to clear that up first. Oh, finally, our first argument!
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
I'm not sure. I mean, other than broken
She
face.
just broke the window in the music room
Correct.
and escaped outside.
Right.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
She jumped out the
To
window
go back
onto
to
the
the
ledge,
music room from
shimmied over to the other room.
outside, you need to go through the entrance hall. Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
Nope.
No, that's wrong!
Wasn't the window shattering that they heard.
First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
So the sound of breaking glass that the 4 girls heard wasn't the music room's window. It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the 4 girls met in the entrance hall. Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key.
Uh-huh.
With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room.
That's why... Okay, I guess that's one way of interpreting it, I guess. But that's why it took her so long. Why is Girl E taking forever?
All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the 4 girls met by the entrance hall.
Oh, okay. That was a bit of a different interpretation of what I thought it was, but okay.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
Very clever.
So, when the 4 of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E acted like she had just rushed over too.
I see. Now the mystery has been solved.
Yep.
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet! You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
Oh, something about the fish tank, I don't know. Or maybe, she said she strangled her. Why would she need... the weapon? Murder weapon? We'll have to figure that out next time. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time.